Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ray Skillman Stadium. This is Cinegrove Bantam Football League Super Bowl Saturday, presented by Aldi. I'm Kevin Conrad, along with Aaron Holt, and we have the Minor Super Bowl between the Florida Gators and the Indiana Hoosiers. And Aaron, oh my, this may be our best Super Bowl matchup of the day. The Hoosiers at 12-0, undefeated, and the Gators at 11-1. The only loss for the Gators came in the last 16 seconds of the regular season matchup against the Hoosiers.
No doubt that this should be, of the three games that we're going to have today on the webcast, this should be the one that will be the most competitive, the most exciting. Great coaches on both sidelines, great players on both sidelines. Just going to be a fantastic opportunity for us to witness some really, really good football at a young age.
And we have a super day of weather. Aaron couldn't ask for a better day.
Beautiful. I mean, absolutely fantastic. You don't get this typically on Super Bowls, championship games that we've had in the past with Cinegrove Bantam Football League have really been kind of nasty, and you couldn't have asked for a better day. Sun's shining, great crowd on both sides for this game. Kind of have a college atmosphere. The high school band behind the visitor bleachers are practicing. It's just a lot of neat things going on. It's a carnival-type atmosphere.
So here in the minor division, again, a great matchup. The Florida Gators 11-1 against the undefeated Indiana Hoosiers. We'll be back with the kickoff. This is Cinegrove Bantam Football League Super Bowl Saturday, proudly presented by Aldi.
I like this organic mac and cheese. And I like this organic mac and cheese.
Is that my mac and cheese?
Is that my belt?
Is that my perfume?
Is that my bronzer?
Is that my choker?
Is that my choker?
Are those my bangs from 3 years ago?
Is that my earring in your nose? Winning tastes so good.
You'll like them both, but love our price. Award-winning organic mac and cheese from Aldi. Simply smarter shopping.
And we're here at the Cinegrove Bantam Football League with the minor Indiana Hoosiers. We have gone 12-0 this year. Is that right, Coach?
12-0, that's right. We are 10-0 in the regular season and now 2-0 in the postseason.
Excellent. Good job. So being 12-0, it comes with some pressures. What kind of pressure does your team feel, if any, coming into this Super Bowl?
I mean, honestly, this is a big game. The first game we played was a one-score game. As far as pressure, today, honestly, I don't feel any pressure. Leading up to today, there was a bit of pressure, obviously, just getting here with the first tight game. But today, I think we feel pretty relaxed. It's actually the best Super Bowl weather I've ever had out here.
It's beautiful.
We've played in a lot of rainy, sometimes sleety Super Bowls out here in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's beautiful today, so we're just happy to be here.
Great. Well, congratulations on getting here. And if you don't mind, take a moment to introduce your team.
Okay. You want me to take this?
Yeah, please.
First up, number 1 down here. This is our starting wingback and corner. Number 1, Alec Heichelbeck. Number 4 down here, which is our free safety. Plays split in for us sometimes, Spencer Kumbe. Number 5 down here, Luke Rader. He plays left tackle for us and will play some defensive tackle with us as well. Number 11 right here, Gunnar Rupert. He plays fullback and strong safety. Number 12, Nolan Reese. He plays quarterback and defensive end. Number 14 right here, Kai Mariner. He starts left tackle and will play corner for us as well. Number 97, sometimes I get him mixed up with his brother, Harkins. He plays defensive tackle and will play some offensive tackle for us. Number 94 right here in the back row, Ashton Brosmer. He plays left guard and will play some defensive tackle as well. Back here in the back with the afro right here, my little buddy right here, Dominic Walden. He plays center for us. Will play some defensive tackle as well. Back here in the back, number 65, Jeremiah Wood. He actually broke his arm. Jeremiah Brown. I always call you Wood, son. Sorry. It's his fault. He broke his arm the third Jordan Wood. He broke his arm the third practice, so he never got the opportunity to play with us this year. In the back right here, Jeremiah Brown, sorry. Call him Wood, call him Brown, number 53. He plays split end for us. Back here in the back with the orange hair. Looks good today. Number 99, Tristan Ling. We also call him Mean Ling. He plays right guard for us and defensive tackle or middle linebacker. Number 35 back here, Colin Mann. He plays right tackle and outside linebacker. In the back row back here, number 32. Oh, he's got the nice design by Coach Smith down here. Number 32 in the back, Ryan Gagan. He plays tight end for us now on offense and plays outside linebacker. Down here at the end, number 20, Gavin Burkert. He plays, starting halfback and defensive end. Back here in the back row, I've got our assistant coaches, Dustin Smith, Rick Rupert, and Kevin Newman.
All right, thank you. And Indiana Hoosiers, good luck today.
Appreciate it.
Minor League Super Bowl, it's got to be exciting. So let's give it up for the Indiana Hoosiers. Let's stay undefeated. And welcome. We are with the Coach Cherry of the Minor League Center Grove Bantam Football League Super Bowl visiting team. Coach, this year you guys went 11-1, and you're facing an undefeated IU team. Earlier in the year you guys played, and you were winning with 17 seconds left. What are you going to do today to change those last 17 seconds so you don't allow that last second score?
Well, we learned a lot. We learned a lot from that game and adjusted some of our defense because of that actual play. So I think that kind of helped us, shape the rest of our season, and we won the last 8 games, of the year. So I think just making a couple of adjustments and taking care of the ball are going to be keys to the game.
Outstanding. Are you guys excited? Do you guys want some revenge? All right. Well, Coach Cherry, why don't you take a minute and introduce your team?
Sounds good. All right. We'll start down here with number 1, Jackson Wheat. Jackson plays middle linebacker for us and a little bit of safety. We got number 4, John Colas. He's one of the best receivers in the league and the coolest gloves, too. Number 5, Reese Oliver. Reese plays wingback and also outside linebacker for us. Number 11, Kieran O'Keefe. Had one of the biggest plays of our season last game with an interception and almost took it back to the house for a touchdown. But he plays cornerback and tackle for us on offense. We got Andrew Fuentes here. Andrew plays cornerback for us and has been doing a great job all season. We got 14, Emerson Haver, sorry. Preston's his brother. Emerson Haver. Emerson's our quarterback and also plays outside linebacker. Number 20, Brady Lockwood. Brady's one of our running backs and also is a safety for us this year. Back here we got 99, Riley Scott. Riley does it on the offensive line and the defensive line. He's been doing great. Next to him, 94, Brighton Gallagher. Brighton's also a big defensive end and offensive lineman for us. Been doing fantastic also. 65, Wyatt Hodson. Wyatt's also another defensive lineman and offensive lineman for us and has been doing fantastic. 53, we got Jacob Mueller. Jacob broke his arm at the start of the season, got his cast off recently, but he's been playing center for us all season long, and it's been a fantastic fit for us as a team. 35, we got Kobe Cherry. Kobe's one of our running backs and also plays safety for us as well. 32 is Zach Mueller. Zach's a tight end and also a defensive end. Been having a great season for us. I also want to introduce our assistant coaches here too. We got Todd Railing. Todd's coached in the league for 12 years, and this is his 9th Super Bowl that he's in, and has won 4 so far. Over here we got Greg Coy, coached in the league for 10 years. He's coached in the league for 10 years. This is his 4th Super Bowl, and he's already won 2 of them, so hopefully 3 today. Jerry Haver. He's coached. This is his 5th year coaching in the league. He's been to 3 different Super Bowls and won 2 of them. This is his 3rd this year, so won 2 of them. But that's our team.
Thanks, Coach. It wouldn't be right if we didn't have an opportunity to introduce our awesome Gator cheerleaders. Coach?
Okay, we'll start here in the front. This is Callie Geiersbach. This is Emily Fentz. This is Audrey Culp. This is Emily Haas. This is Lila Rhodes. This is Elise Bowie. And this is Ada Haver.
Thank you, Coach. Gators, are you ready to chomp the Hoosiers today? Can I see a Gator chomp? All right, good luck today, Coach Cherry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We love being part of this community.
And for Bay Horse Inn to be a Blue Ring sponsor for Center Grove football. The barn at Bay Horse Inn is conveniently located off of Stones Crossing Road just east of 135. Nestled in the woods, you'll find the perfect setting for a memorable event. Do you know someone getting married? Our modern yet rustic barn is full of character. Inside, you'll find 9 crystal chandeliers, a bride's room, groom's room, a saloon, and seating for 350. The outdoors is connected with patios, garage doors, and windows, as well as the outdoor pergola and beautifully landscaped grounds. Has your business booked your holiday party? With a stone fireplace and cedar beams, the barn and saloon are ideal for your holiday or end-of-year celebration. Does your business need an escape from the office to spur creative thinking in a unique setting? The barn is the perfect setting for training programs, continuing education, team building, strategy and goal planning, as well as retirement and anniversary celebrations. Visit us online at barnatbayhorse.com or follow us on your favorite social media at barnatbayhorse. We love everything that Center Grove football stands for. Hard work plus dedication equals success. Words we live by here at the barn as well.
Trojan Pride!
Shop for over 5,000 vehicles in one location, RaySkillmanCars.com. At RaySkillmanCars.com, we make it easy for you to find what you're looking for. Cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, new and used, all with high-quality pictures and full descriptions. And you can schedule a service appointment or apply for credit quickly and easily. Buy with confidence from the dealer that sold over 24,000 new and used vehicles in 2016. Ray Skillman Automotive, 10 brands, 15 locations, or online at RaySkillmanCars.com.
Welcome back to Ray Skillman Stadium. We're getting ready for the minor division Super Bowl between Indiana and Florida. And Aaron, this is going to be one heck of a showdown.
Yeah, these 2 teams met earlier in the season, as you mentioned, and an incredible football game it was. And what happened was it was going back and forth, and Florida ultimately scored with roughly 16, 17 seconds left, and Indiana broke one to actually win the game with basically no time on the clock. One of the more exciting games he saw out there at the Bantam Football Complex this season, and it's only right that these 2 are playing again here in the championship. It's going to be a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion out there from these players on both sides, and really, from a coaching perspective, you're going to see these guys pulling out everything they have, and they're just very well coached. These coaches on both ends really focus more than anybody on the fundamentals and practice throughout the season, and it's just going to be fun to watch. Really excited to see these 2 teams go against each other today.
Head coach of Florida, Josh Cherry, 5 years in the Bantam League. He has appeared. This will be his 3rd Super Bowl. 2014, 2015, he had previous Super Bowl appearances. Won the Super Bowl back in 2014 with Coach Jason Wise. His assistant coaches, Greg Coy, Todd Rayland, and Jerry Haver. And like Aaron mentioned, the only loss for Florida was to Indiana during the regular season, 26-21. And what a bizarre ending. The Florida Gators took the lead late, but it was the team with the ball last, I guess you could say. Indiana scored with about 16 seconds left on a 60-yard touchdown to win that game 26-21. That's the only loss for Florida, so they get a rematch here with IU in the championship. The head coach for IU is Johnny Reese, no stranger to the Bantam Football League. 8 years in the league. He's been in 5 Super Bowls. He's 1-3 in Super Bowls. And this game is underway. Indiana in the red jerseys with the black pants. And what a great play here on the opening.
Oh, he's going to go to the house.
He's going to take
First
it all
play.
the way for the touchdown. That is number 1, Alec Heichelback scoring for the Indiana Hoosiers. He will go 65 yards.
Great run by Alec. He came around on the Indiana sidelines, and Florida heading pretty much, if anything, going to knock him out of bounds. And when you see the replay here, he's going to make a great move, a sidestep that breaks him free to get down to the sidelines right here. Whoop! And then the speed takes him into the end zone. Just a great way for the Hoosiers and Johnny Reese to start this game. Big play.
Again, Reese now in his 8th year in the league as a coach. This is his 5th Super Bowl. He's 1-3 in Super Bowls. His assistant coaches, Rick Rupert, Kevin Newman, and Dustin Smith. And right off the bat, first play from scrimmage, IU going 65 yards for the touchdown. Now they'll go for the 1-point conversion, and they do score. That's number 11, Gunnar Rupert, scoring to make it now 7-zip IU.
Rupert's going to be a kid that you're going to hear about a lot today. He's extremely talented. He's one of the better running backs, if not the best running back in the league on the minor 3 and 4 division. The other ones just on the other side of the ball that we're getting ready to see, and that's Kobe Cherry. 2 great players. This history of this league is always brought out to, the Max Norrises, the Titus McCoys. Now we got the Carson Steeles, and these are 2 kids, Rupert and Cherry. If they stick with the game, you'll certainly hear them on Friday nights being leaders of their team.
Now we'll see Florida. Offensive coordinator Todd Railing. He's appeared in numerous Super Bowls, and they do hand it off to number 35, Kobe Cherry. Nice gain on first down. He'll pick up 9 yards. Colin Mann makes the tackle for the Hoosiers. Colin Mann, number 35. And Todd Railing, he's been coaching in the league for 12 years. This is his 9th Super Bowl, and he has 4 titles. Offensive coordinator for the Gators on 2nd down and 1. They hand it off once again to 35, Kobe Cherry. Couldn't quite get through the hole, so what's he do? He bounces it outside just like Carson Steele does for the Trojans, and he picks up the first down at the 50.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting stuck there at the line of scrimmage and being able to bounce off of it, get around the corner, enough yardage for the first down. Kobe runs straight up and down. He's strong, much stronger than a lot of the other kids out there, and it's going to be hard to get him down on the ground unless they do some gang tackling today.
New set of downs for the Florida Gators from the 50. The quarterback, maybe a busted play. Emerson Haber, the quarterback for the Gators, looked like to me he wanted to hand it off, and he kept it, and he still picks up some positive yards. He gets about a yard.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if he wanted to do that on purpose. It could have been a belly follow. Railing will call that quite a bit throughout this game as he likes the belly follows. Everybody will suck in on Kobe, and then it should open up Haver. Unfortunately, that time it just looked like it got jammed up.
Picks up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Hand off to Brady Lockwood, number 20, the halfback, and only gets a yard. Great defense by this Indiana squad. Heichelback gets credit for the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the turf monster got him there. He was getting ready to cut back as the defender was coming up and just lost his footing.
Here in this minor division, we have players that are in 3rd and 4th grades.
Yeah, and that's how the league started years ago. We got to such a big size we were able to split them up there for a handful of years, and now we're back to combining those 2 grades.
Haver, your quarterback. Hand off to Cherry. Nice spin move. Stays on his feet. Very physical runner. He's going to be held short of the first down. Brings up 4th, and looks like about 3 yards for the Florida Gators.
Now what you're going to get in this division here is you're going to get a little bit more of a wide-open playbook, and certainly Todd Railing's coached a long enough time. He'll call it. You'll see counter crisscrosses. You'll see pass plays, just different things. Motion will be a big part of it. These are just things that we didn't see the first game in the rookie division.
It appeared that it was Gunner Rupert with a nice tackle for IU on that last play. Here on 4th and 3, man in motion, the toss. Cherry gets outside for the first down and a whole lot more. Breaking tackles. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Kobe Cherry. Wow, what a impressive run. 40-some yards on the touchdown run.
Fantastic run. He used his strength and vision to get through that initial push. And, again, they're going to have to gain tackling. But we're halfway through the first quarter, and we got 2 touchdowns on the scoreboard, and I really think you're going to see this throughout the rest of this game. It could be who has the ball last, which is what certainly evolved in the first game.
Florida will line up to go for 1 to try and tie this game. We're at the 4:35 mark, first quarter. Minor Division Super Bowl at stake today here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Haver, QB, under center, man in motion. The toss going right back to Cherry, and they bottle him up. He's short. So it's 7-6.
Big play for the Hoosiers there. Johnny's been in a lot of these games, as you mentioned earlier, and when you can salvage not letting that opposing team get that extra point in this game, where kicking's not going to be a part of it, that's a big play, and it certainly forces the hand of Florida later on in the game. If they score, they're going to have to go for 2 at some point.
We'll read off these player profiles. These are some questions we asked both teams prior to today's game, and the answers are always very interesting. And we'll start off with the Florida Gators. Jackson Wheat, number 1. He attends Pleasant Grove. Mrs. Caldwell, his favorite teacher. Best part about football, making tackles. His favorite Trojan is Jake Gagnon, number 31 of the varsity squad, and he likes Marcus Mariota, and of the NFL. And he says a big highlight for Jackson is when I ran the ball as a fullback, and he says this is my first year playing Bantam football, and my team went to the Super Bowl. Well said by Jackson Wheat. For the Hoosiers, we have number, we'll get to it here in just a second. Second play from scrimmage, and they're going to go
That's
again,
Rupert.
65 yards possibly. Rupert will score. So 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, both of 65 yards.
Well, I'd say they're running a pretty efficient offense right now, huh? 2 different players running the football, 2 different players taking it to the house from the line of scrimmage where they start at the 35-yard line. There's no kicking game. And Rupert has great speed. He was able to get through the initial line of scrimmage and just did not have anybody come over and be able to catch him at that point. So, again, still 4:23 left in the first quarter, and we're already doing our 3rd touchdown. Thank goodness there isn't a kicking game in this. This thing would go on till well past the 3rd game that we have today.
So 2 plays from scrimmage for IU and 2 touchdowns.
Great play.
Double handoff. The conversion is good. Number 11 scores. That is Gunner Rupert.
Guys that have taken the time to learn the wing tee, that's one of the favorite plays they like to call. That's called the drop option. You got the jet man coming in motion. They give it to him on the jet, and then he gives it to the fullback almost as if it looks like a belly. Now, typically what you do on that is you set up the jet running that 3, 4, 5 times a game, and then it gets the defense to flow, and you run that second handoff back behind the defense. But in this particular case, I'm sure they were already looking for that jet, and Johnny knew it, and he was able to get the ball to Rupert there on the extra point. Great play call. It's one that it takes a lot of practice. You got to get that timing down for it to work, and obviously they've proven that was something they worked on throughout the season.
14-6, Hoosiers lead it over the Gators. Handoff, turf monster, got him again. That's number 20, Brady Lockwood. When you trip on the turf, that's what we call the turf monster. It's kind of like Bigfoot. We don't know what he looks like, but he does exist, right?
Unless you're Coach Moore and he swears he's seen you. Big believer in the Sasquatch.
So a loss of 2 yards there for the Gators brings up 2nd and 12.
Fairly confident this is going to go to number 35 here.
35, Kobe Cherry, very impressive start already with the touchdown here for the Gators from 42 yards out. Double wing back, Cherry, the lone running back, and the handoff goes to the wing back, Lockwood, and he's wrapped up here on the near side. Great open field tackle by number 32, Ryan Gagan.
Good little play there by Florida. Got some positive yards. Does, however, bring up 3rd and long, and really in this division, unless your back's really up against the wall, I mean, it's a 4-down play calling series no matter what. I don't see Todd punting in any way, shape, or form.
3rd and 8. Once again, great defense by the Indiana Hoosiers, bottling up Cherry.
That time Indiana really flowed well along the line of scrimmage there, and forced Kobe to stretch it out just enough that he didn't think he'd get around the corner, as you see here, and he ends up cutting it back, which is exactly what Johnny wanted him to do, and they were able to get him down. So we got a big 4th down play, first major defensive stand here in the ball game potentially.
4th and 6.5 yards. The double handoff for the Gators, and they take him down short of the first down. Number 32 with the tackle, Ryan Gagan. Gagan
did a great job sniffing that out. Usually on that play you have someone coming in, I think it was 94, trying to do a pull there, and he didn't quite get there. Gagan was able to get up the field, and on that counter crisscross, which is what that play is called, isn't going to work if you can't get that pulling block. So great defensive play. Again, very, very big play here early in this ball game.
So a turnover on downs, the Hoosiers with the football. In front, 14-6 over Florida. Rupert carries the ball to the 34-yard line. Gavin Burkert, number 20 for Indiana. He goes to Sugar Grove. Mrs. Ridden's his favorite teacher. He says the best part about football, winning games, sacking the QB, and scoring touchdowns. His favorite Trojan, the quarterback for CG, Jackson Moore, and he also likes Andrew Luck. Big highlight for Gavin, 60-yard touchdown run. And he says here, thanks to my coaches, thanks to my parents and family for coming to the games. Brings up 2nd down and long here for the Hoosiers. They'll do the double handoff, and that's Heichelbeck. Ooh, some nice moves down the sideline, cuts it back inside. He is close to a first down.
Comes around. This is what he scored on earlier in the game. Again, he does a nice job when he gets to that sideline. Instead of just going out of bounds, he can get himself under control, get a little low enough to where he can do a cutback, and again, did it very, very well that play. It's first down for the Hoosiers.
It appeared Brady Lockwood made the tackle, and it is enough for a IU first down. Number 11, Gunnar Rupert, spins out of a tackle, still on his feet. He's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hoosiers. Gunnar Rupert scores again.
Really nice play there. Watch him do a spin here, keeps his legs moving at all times. Never slows down with those legs churning. And as soon as he got that spin and made one more cut, he saw green and ends up in the end zone.
His second score of the day. That went from 20-plus yards out. Makes it 20-6 IU. 42 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter of the Minor Division Super Bowl. Going for one. Johnny Reese has this IU team playing at a very high level, trying to get the one-point conversion. He's got the corner and scores. Number 1, Alec Heichelbeck scores the PAT.
Well, in the last conversion, they did the drop option this time. They ran basically the same play, only the wingback kept it, and that was enough to draw the defense into the fullback, which is what that play is designed to do. Alec has the speed to get around that corner and get into the end zone, and it's just a really, really good play call, but the way they're executing right now is just fantastic for the Hoosiers.
For Florida, John Colas, number 4, goes to Pleasant Grove. Mrs. Lee, his favorite teacher. He says, best part about football, I get to have fun. He's a big fan of Titus McCoy. Cam Newton, his favorite pro player. Big highlight, winning the rookie Super Bowl last year. And he says, thanks to my coaches for helping me this season. Florida has some work to do, down 21-6. The toss to Cherry, and he picks up a couple of tough yards. Reese Oliver, number 5, attends Sugar Grove Elementary, says he loves running and tackling. Carson Steele, his favorite Trojan, likes Marshawn Lynch of the pro ranks. And a big highlight for Reese, this year versus Tennessee, I had 3 touchdowns, 1 in the air and 2 on the ground with multiple tackles. Well done, Reese Oliver, for the Gators. And that will be our final play of the opening quarter. The Hoosiers, wow, start with a bang. 21 points on the scoreboard. Florida with 6. Aaron, impressive opening quarter here for Reese. Johnny Reese and this Hoosier squad.
And he certainly had his team ready to play. Obviously, 2 plays went the full ring, and really did it without much challenge, to be honest with you. I mean, they got around that corner and their speed just took off and were able to get into the end zone without much pressure at all from Florida. Florida's not out of this by any sense. They'll calm down, certainly have some nerves going on right now, but Colby is certainly capable of breaking it, as you saw earlier. And you get a score on this team right now, get 1 stand. That's all they got to do. Get a score, get 1 stand. They get the ball to start the second half, and next thing you know, it's a completely different ball game. So very important drive here for Florida to, 1, work a little bit of clock, 2, get their nerves settled, and then, then they just got to play defense, and they're capable of doing it.
Gunnar Rupert, number 11 for the Hoosiers, already a couple of touchdowns. He attends Westwood Elementary School. Mrs. Poe, his favorite teacher, says he loves getting touchdowns, and that's very evident here in this Super Bowl. He's got 2 already. He loves Carson Steele, the Trojans. He likes Marshawn Lynch in the NFL. He said the big highlight, getting a last play touchdown for the win. And he says, I'm 9 years old. And Gunnar, you got 2 touchdowns here in the Super Bowl already. To begin the second quarter, Florida with the football, faced with 2nd down and 8, trailing 21-6. And they wrap up Kobe Cherry, and it's very difficult to get him to the ground. He's very strong. They finally do, and he maybe gets a half yard, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think if he would have kept going outside there on that particular one instead of cutting up, he might have been able to get a little bit more yardage there.
It looked like a host of Hoosiers finally got him down.
They're flowing really, really well to the ball right now.
Gagan, number 32, is at the bottom of that pile. So it brings up 3rd and 8 here for the Gators. Fumbled handoff, and it appeared the Gators do recover. The ball carrier did get back on it. Number 20, Brady Lockwood, recovers the football, brings up 4th and long. Getting things underway here in the second quarter. For the Gators, Kieran O'Keefe, number 11, goes to Center Grove Elementary. Mrs. Smith, his favorite teacher, loves getting tackles. Jackson Moore, his favorite Trojan, likes Russell Wilson of the pro ranks. Big highlight, getting an awesome pick last game. My favorite NFL team, the Seahawks. He likes Star Wars, and he wants to be an engineer. Passing, and just a little bit too high.
Yep, I was going to say, a penalty flag's going to come out on that one. And I just about, before that play, said, Rayling's going to go deep into his playbook. He loves to pass the football, and I was getting ready to say, watch out for the pass here. Good play call, and definitely interference on that one, and that should be enough to give them a first down, which is a big play in this game. Florida in desperate need of keeping this drive moving, and again, the key for them is to get points here and then make one stand because they get the ball to start the second half.
Haver, the quarterback, trying to find Zach Mueller on that pass. So with the interference call, first down, Florida Gators now at the IU 48-yard line. 6.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. The Gators trail the Hoosiers 21-6. The toss to Cherry. Nice little fake there. Act like he was going to go outside, steps inside, but also a great job by the IU defense to force that in. That's number 12, Nolan Reese, forcing the play into his interior defensive line.
Yeah, and I think that was also a miscue on Florida's part, too. Putting that right wing back into motion took away a blocking possibility and gave the defensive end, which was, I think, Reese, a clear shot to get up there and get the ball carrier.
Second down and 8 for the Gators. Double wing back. Man in motion takes the handoff. Reese Oliver.
Great play.
Wrestled down by number 14, Nakai Mariner with the tackle.
Yeah, Mariner was able to come up, and Nolan Reese did a really nice job of stretching that play out and getting his hand in there as well. Both of them right there, Johnny on the spot, so to speak, and good defensive play brings up third and about 6.
Haver, the quarterback, long signal count, man in motion, Lockwood, the toss to Kobe Cherry. Can't get outside, comes back up the middle, banging off defenders, and he's going to be denied of the first down. Hit down just shy of the 40. They bring up 4th and a couple.
Again, great defensive discipline there on the Hoosiers' part. Stretch the ball out, cause Kobe to cut it back. And it's, what you see a lot in this type of age group is the defense just keeps on going and doesn't watch for that cutback, and they were there waiting for him this particular play. And brings up 4th and short. Big play here.
The Gators need 2 yards for the first down. They go to their money man, Kobe Cherry. Puts down the helmet and the shoulder pads, and he gets 3 yards. First down, Gators.
Yeah, and if I'm Florida, I'm going to go ahead and stay with that play for a little bit here. I think they're doing a lot better job for themselves going north and south instead of east and west. With the way IU's playing defensively right now and stretching that ball out, going north and south is going to be better for Florida.
Gunnar Rupert pushed him back on the tackle among other Hoosiers in on the stop. New set of downs for the Florida Gators with 4:15 to play in the second quarter. Number 5, Reese Oliver finds a seam, and he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And a good little wingback counter there. Great yardage. They weren't expecting it. They're focusing a lot on number 35 there, and that wingback counter worked perfectly. And looks like Rupert was able to get over there and get a really probably what would have amounted to a touchdown-saving tackle.
Rupert and Heichel back in on the stop. Second down and 3. Kobe comes back inside, just bulldozing Hoosiers. They just bounced right off of him.
Sure
Man,
that particular
John
play.
Riggins, for those old enough to know who John Riggins is. Or was.
Watch this here. He cuts up.
The diesel.
Great job coming up, whoever that was. I couldn't get a number. Great job filling the hole there.
35. That was Colin Mann.
We got to get him to wrap, and you got to do that against Colby.
Quarterback keeps it, tripped up just inside the 20 to the 19. It appeared number 14, Nakai Mariner, got a piece of him.
Railing doing a good job getting a lot of different people the ball in this particular series, and if you see that, it's starting to open up a little bit, and a lot of that's because they're doing such a good job focusing on Cherry.
Ashton Brosmer, number 94 for IU, goes to Maple Grove, Mrs. Snodgrass's favorite teacher, loves hitting and tackling. Javon Swan, his favorite Trojan, likes Rob Gronkowski of the Patriots. And here come the Gators on the edge to the 10, to the 5, looking for the end zone. Down
Just
at
short.
the 1 yard line. Down to the 1. What a run for the Gators. what was that, number 14?
Yep.
Haver, the quarterback.
Good old boot. Nothing like a good old boot play. Always is a big-time play in this type of division, and it worked really well there. Great execution there.
First and goal inside the 1, quickly to the line of scrimmage, looking for the end zone is Cherry. He's in there, touchdown. His second score of the ball game. Big score for the Florida Gators. They got to keep pace with this high-octane IU offense.
Yep, that was exactly what the doctor ordered, so to speak. That's what Florida needed to do. It now puts them in great position. They used up a lot of clock, only 2:47 left in the half. Now, Indiana's gotten a lot of big plays, a lot of long runs. They got to do a good job defensively here. But, again, I keep harping on it. It's so important in this division. And it's a really, really to Florida's advantage to be able to get the ball to start the second half.
Going for 2. This is important for Florida to get it within 1 score, and they do. Cherry squeezes through there into the end zone for 2. 21-14, Florida down 7. For the Florida Gators, Andrew Fuentes, number 12, goes to Sugar Grove. Miss Hammer, his favorite teacher, being a team player and having fun, the best part about football. Says his favorite Center Grove football player, he just says, hey, I'm new here. Not for sure. So we'll have to introduce him to a few of the Trojans. He says Dak Prescott, his favorite NFL player. Big highlight when I recovered a fumble and my team won the game. He says I like to dance, and football is my favorite sport. Here come the Hoosiers, the hurrying Hoosiers. Number 11, Gunnar Rupert. He's got 2 scores, and he finds some
got a
running
penalty
room.
flag. Penalty flag, guessing holding.
He gets it to the 49, but it may come back because of the flag. Alec Heichelbach scored on the first play of today's Super Bowl game from the line of scrimmage, 65 yards. He attends Maple Grove. Mrs. Snodgrass, his favorite teacher. He loves running the ball. His favorite Trojan, Titus McCoy. Likes Russell Wilson, and big highlight, scoring a touchdown against Florida earlier this year.
Got a lot of Jackson Moores and Titus McCoys out there today. It's pretty neat to see.
So the penalty against the Hoosiers backs them up. It'll be now 1st and 15. The toss going to Rupert, and they drag him down after a gain of 5
defensive play
yards.
there. Is that number 5?
Yes,
Yep.
Reese Oliver drags him down, and Oliver remains down on the ground. He's a little bit shaken up following that play.
Yeah, he looks like he took one right to the jugular there at the very end of that play, but fought through it and was able to get in and get that tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's another 8-10-yard gain.
Emerson Haver, number 14, quarterback for Florida. He goes to Center Grove Elementary. Mrs. Andrews, his favorite teacher. Best part about football, you get to hit and tackle. His favorite Trojans, Brett and Brad Boswell. Joe Flacco, his favorite pro player, and he says, big highlight when I had a 99.5-yard touchdown. Don't forget the half, 99.5.
Always got to get that half, right?
Man, that's Max Norris numbers right there. And says here, Emerson says, I thank my coaches for teaching me to be a quarterback. Yeah, Max Norris. It was probably more like 104 to 105 yards.
Yeah, he was backed way up there a few years in Carmel into the end zone and somehow broke it back. Oh, we got a halfback pass. He's wide open if he looks.
Oh! Dropped it. Wow.
Holy cow.
That was Rupert looking for Mariner. He was open. He makes the catch. He'll go a long ways. Maybe scores.
Oh, yeah, that was a definite touchdown. Really nice pass. Hit him in stride. We'll say the sun got him.
So it brings up 3rd and 10 for the Hoosiers as they lead it 21-14. This is the Minor Division Super Bowl here at Ray Skillman Stadium. I love the uniforms. Look at IU looking real sharp with the red and black, and how about the Gators? The royal blue with the orange looking real sharp today. Rupert Gets loose. First
got
down
the speed.
and a whole lot more. Cuts it back inside. He's to the 40 and to the 35. What an impressive run by number 11, Gunnar Rupert.
He has really, really good vision, great speed, and uses that stiff arm perfectly. Gets the ball up there and accelerates. Fun player to watch.
Reese Oliver finally brought him down, number 5 for Florida. New set of downs at the Florida 35. Right back to Gunnar Rupert. Flag
Got another penalty.
Thrown.
2 penalties.
Could be holding. Good job by Jackson Wheat to take him down. Again, we got a couple of penalty flags. Colin Mann, number 35 for IU, attends Pleasant Grove. Mrs. Hassel's favorite teacher, loves tackling. His favorite Trojan is Titus McCoy. Likes Frank Gore of the Colts. And big highlight, I got a touchdown. And he says, I love football. Holding against the Hoosiers. And for the Gators, Brady Lockwood doing a good job of running the ball today. He's number 20. He attends North Grove. Miss Mills, his favorite teacher, loves running the ball. He's a big fan of Titus McCoy. I think Titus McCoy maybe has taken over the lead here for the most favorite Trojan. Marshawn Lynch, his favorite NFL player, and he says a big highlight, my first touchdown, and he says, go Gators. Wow, what's some nice moves by Heichelbeck. Kind of put on the brakes and did the dipsy-do, got outside and gets it to the 45-yard line.
Watch this here on the replay. He does a nice job of letting his blockers make that move there, cuts it up, then he has to try to cut it back out. He's really, really elusive. I like how he runs.
Kobe Cherry finally takes him down at the 45-yard line, I should say. I may have said 35. It's at the 45. Yep. Second down and 20 and flags everywhere. False start against the Hoosiers. Number 97, we have Corday Harkins for the Hoosiers. He goes to Southport. I do believe it's Presbyterian. He loves tackling. He's a big fan of Titus McCoy. He likes Eli Manning and says a big highlight, getting a sack in the semifinal championship game. Another big run for Gunnar Rupert. They can't get him down. He's breaking tackles. And he gets it to the 33-yard line. These running backs are impressive today.
Yeah, they always are falling forward. They're always keeping their legs moving. They don't go down after their first hit. We knew going into this game that these two were going to be fun to watch, in both Rupert and Cherry, and they certainly are not letting us down.
Timeout called by the Hoosiers. Stops the clock with 21 seconds. We're in the second quarter, 21-14. IU leads Florida in this minor division Super Bowl. These are third and fourth graders here playing today. For the Gators, Zach Mueller, 30, he's number 32. Pleasant Grove is where he attends. Mrs. Shaw, his favorite teacher, he says he loves catching the football. His favorite Trojan, we've got a lot of Carson Steeles today.
Yep.
He says he likes Carson Steele. Antonio Brown, his favorite pro player, and he says a big highlight, catching a pass for a 2-point conversion. He said here, favorite team, the Steelers. My cousin Jake Mueller is also on his team this year. That's Zach Mueller, number 32 for the Gators.
Don't be surprised to see Johnny with the time running out the way it is, maybe going back to that halfback pass. It was wide open. They're certainly going to be looking at Rupert here. Some form of trickery could be taking place here.
3rd and 7 for the Hoosiers as they break huddle. Nolan Reese, the quarterback. Hand off. Heichelbeck gets outside. He's got good speed. He's to the 20, 15, 10. Looking for the end zone. Ooh. They trip him up inside the 5. What an effort by Reese Oliver, making that diving attempt to knock him down inside the 5. They'll spot it at the 2, and 9 seconds left to play here in the half. I love the effort by Reese Oliver. Did not give up on the play.
Big play for both teams here. 5 seconds left. This is big. Again, it's big for Indiana because they it's almost a 2-for-1 in every way, shape, or form you look at this, just because of who gets the ball and how powerful both offenses are when it starts the second half. So really important for both teams here to make a play, and let's find out who can step up.
Number 77, Dominic Walden, playing for the Hoosiers. Also goes to Southport Presbyterian, likes the tackle, likes Titus McCoy. Odell Beckham, his favorite pro player, and he says running down the field during the winning score. That is a big highlight for number 77, Dominic Walden for IU. Aaron, they put 5.8 seconds on the clock. 5.8. Reese called a timeout, stops the clock. First and goal at the 2. Reese under center, handoff to Gunnar Rupert. He's in there for his third score of the ball game.
Pretty easy there, just a simple belly play.
Hoosiers going for 1. 27-14 IU. 1.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. But the big run was by Alec Heichelback. He got it all the way down to the 2. And Gunnar was able to get in from 2 yards out, and now on the PAT, he does not make it. They did that double handoff, and they do keep Gunnar Rupert out of the end zone. So 27-14 Hoosiers.
Well, since there's no kickoff, they're going to get the opportunity to run at least one play, maybe 2. Simply because I wouldn't be surprised to see Railing put this one in the air, try to get some form of a defensive penalty.
Kobe Cherry, he's been very impressive here in the first half for Florida. He's number 35. He goes to Sugar Grove. Mrs. Oaks, his favorite teacher, says having a new team each year, making new friends, and working together to win games, the best part about football. He says here his favorite Trojan, I love it, Max the Rocket Norris. And did we make the comparison? He looked a little bit like Max with that physical running that he's done so far. He likes Adrian Peterson, and a big highlight, winning Border Wars and Pro Bowl last year and scoring 3 touchdowns in the championship game. Says here, I really enjoyed my coaches this year. My dad, Coach Coy, Coach Railing, and Coach Haver made practice a ton of fun, and I learned a lot. Kobe Cherry, number 35. See what they can do here on their final play of the first half. Trying a pass play. Haver throws it up, and it's tipped and incomplete. And that's your final play of the first half.
Pretty good ball. Almost got the tip and the catch there. It's going to end the first half. And it's a high-scoring, electric, fun game to watch.
This is the minor division Super Bowl here at Ray Skillman Stadium. It's 21-14 at intermission. The Hoosiers lead the Gators. This is Center Grove Bantam Football League Super Bowl Saturday, proudly presented by Aldi.
I like these award-winning cheddar puffs, and I like these award-winning cheddar puffs.
First place.
Both events?
Booyah.
We're an awards family.
You'll like them both, but love our price. Award-winning organic cheddar puffs from Aldi. Simply smarter shopping.
Welcome to the Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. The Indiana Hoosiers lead the Florida Gators here at intermission of the Center Grove Bantam Football League Minor Super Bowl, 27-14. Let's now go down to the field for the presentation of the Sportsmanship Awards and the Coach of the Year Award for the minor division.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a second to honor our minor division Sportsmanship Award winners and Coach of the Year. First up for Arkansas, we have Isaac Bishop. Florida, Andrew Fuentes. Indiana, Spencer Kumbi. Tennessee, Nolan Price. Iowa, Shelby Howard. Ohio State, Owen Scheidler. Notre Dame, Liam Bond. Navy, Lucas Moore. LSU, Jack Hunter. And Army, Jackson Harden. And your minor division coach of the year is Johnny Reese. Congratulations to all these young men and coaches. Thank you very much. This year would not be what it was without you guys volunteering your time as you do. Thank you very much.
The Indiana Hoosiers lead the Florida Gators 27-14 here at intermission of the minor division Super Bowl. The Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show will continue after this timeout.
I like these award-winning cheddar puffs. And I like these award-winning cheddar puffs.
First place.
Both events?
Booyah.
We're an awards family.
You'll like them both, but love our price. Award-winning organic cheddar puffs from Aldi. Simply smarter shopping.
Welcome to the halftime of the Center Grove Bantam Football League Championships this year, 2017. I'm standing alongside Eric Moore at Ray Skillman Stadium. And, Coach, this is always one of your favorite times of the year because it's a culmination of a season out at the Bantam football fields, and it's a place that you kind of call it hallowed ground. When you got here, it's what was the forefront of why you came, and you were able to build what now has become a legendary program in the state of Indiana, all starting there at the grassroots, and this is always a special day for you.
Yeah, when people don't think that the youth program is not important for football, then they don't realize what football really is. And all the success we've had at the high school stems from the roots of the great people from Bargersville and Greenwood that started our youth program, and the kids that play there every year and have played there every year for the last 18 years since I've been here. And I owe everything to them because that's where kids learn to love football, is our Bantam complex. And we can move the Super Bowl up here on the turf in the big Ray Skillman Stadium. I hope the kids really feel fun and feel good about getting to play, having a chance to play for it all on the turf field where it happens on Friday nights.
A lot of people over the years have started and, as early as kindergarten playing flag all the way through 6th grade. And every year when new families come in, they say, why do we do what we do? Why do? And it's always the opportunity for them to understand the basics of the wing tee offense that you have put into Center Grove, and that's what they're known for when it comes to Trojan football. And it's maybe not doing exactly what you do on Friday night, but the terminology certainly is, and the concept is. And speak a little bit to that.
Sometimes it's better than we do on Friday night. Now, it's a lot of fun to see a mini version of what we do. Our kids get a lot out of it. Our varsity kids love going down the Bantam field and being part of one of the teams and seeing those kids do sort of the same things we do. The terminology is a lot the same. Yeah, we grow and things happen, but it's really fun to watch a grassroots level program develop. I know there's a lot of coaches that complain throughout the year. Well, your kids have ran that offense since they've been in 2nd grade. You're right, they have. But we teach so many basic fundamentals of tackling and blocking that it has nothing to do with the offensive system. It has to do with guys showing up and coaching kids the right way. And we've been so fortunate here at Center Grove in the Bantam League to have the greatest youth football coaches anywhere in the state. Our guys show up. They do so much extra too. They enjoy it. I have at one time I counted, I think, 12 or 13 former players that are down there coaching now in the Bantam football leagues. I love that. There's nothing more loving for a coach like myself to see and enjoy more than see one of my former players coaching his son or coaching a group of young guys. That's when you know the right thing happened. So we all love football here at Center Grove, but we love it from grade 2 on up.
Football in a roundabout way is taken, well, not even a roundabout, it's taken a pretty direct hit over the last few years when it comes to concussions, injuries, etc. And one thing that you brought when you came here 18 years ago was the pride of the game, but more importantly, you wanted to do things right. And you talk about fundamentals and speak a little bit to the idea that, we've taken away a ton of hitting on a practice day, going more towards how you tackle, and the hawk tackling technique has evolved over time, and it's more about, hey, let's focus on not just getting to know the plays, but how you do things correctly. And what's happened to that is I do think injuries have gone down. especially out at Center Grove Bantam, because you're doing things right and it comes from the top, and you've expanded on that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but it comes from the top. But the guys in the grassroots and the Little League football, they got to respect that, and they got to buy into it. And if you go out, the thing that's different than all the leagues, you show up at our league and you watch our youth teams practice, and they practice football. They don't practice plays. They don't practice a system. They practice technique football. Yeah, we bought some really nice circle tackle dummies where they roll on the ground, and we tackle those, and it's teaching kids to drive and high and flip when they turn, keeps their head out of it, all those type of things that make it worthwhile to be a Trojan football player. And it comes from the youth on up. Blocking fundamentals, running and catching fundamentals, all that stuff starts in the second grade on up. And I'm just so proud of our coaches at that level that have done such a great job of promoting that and staying with that in the whole system.
It's not been uncommon for you to be seen on Saturdays walking around looking at different games that are taking place on the 5 different fields that we have out there. You've also been known to come out during the practices throughout the week, and a lot of people are still surprised that you do that now that you're so deep into your career. But that's important to you, and I think it's something that says the commitment from bottom to top is there, and we want to keep this snowball getting bigger, not smaller, as the program grows.
Yeah, well, we want the kids to understand that it's important to me for them to still be playing football. It's important to me that they're playing the correct way. It's important to me that they're practicing hard and playing hard in the games. I want them to see that it's important to me, period. I love football, and when I'm done coaching here, whenever, I'm probably still going to be hanging out at that Bantam field some, because it's the grassroots. It is the salt of the earth when it comes to our sports programs. There's a lot of great athletes and a lot of sports at Center Grove that start in Bantam football, and I'm very proud of that. And it's a fun time. I'm not going to lie. You get away from the hustle of the varsity season and get to go down there and see all the kids, and it's just like Christmas, like I say every time, because all those are kids that are going to funnel through your program. We don't have to worry about a kid going to this school or that school. They're all Trojans. They're all coming to Center Grove.
One final thing, there's 5 football fields out at Bantam. They're named after Collins, Adams, Skillman, yourself. And then the last one's Jeff Watson. This Saturday, he is doing his final games and is in the officially done being the head official for all of Bantam football leagues. He's put in 30-plus years. It's been fantastic. He deserves a great outgoing, well support. And your thoughts on Jeff?
Well, Jeff, one of the first people I met 18 years ago when I came here. He is the face of Bantam football, even though he's a referee. Jeff Watson's called over 3 million holding calls in his career. If Jeff Watson could add, he could walk. You can never walk as long as the holding calls that he's called. But I love the man. I love his son Zach, that played for me, who's a great official now in high school. It's just it's exactly what you want out of a family that's in your football family. Totally humble, totally giving back to the program on everything they do, and totally involved. Where it's good or bad, listen, they're always there for you, and they're always participating. Even when before their kids are there and after their kids are long gone, they're still a part of Trojan football. So congratulations to Jeff on 3 million holding calls, and we hope that he can find something to do with all of his spare time. But I call him a friend and one of my first friends, and I'm very proud of the things he's accomplished for our league in the Bantam football.
Well, it's been another successful season. 2017 is coming to an end. Thanks again, Coach, for all your support. Go Trojans.
Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flat bed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock, or custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
We love being part of this community.
And for Bay Horse Inn to be a Blue Ring sponsor for Center Grove football. The barn at Bay Horse Inn is conveniently located off of Stones Crossing Road just east of 135. Nestled in the woods, you'll find the perfect setting for a memorable event. Do you know someone getting married? Our modern yet rustic barn is full of character. Inside, you'll find 9 crystal chandeliers, a bride's room, groom's room, a saloon, and seating for 350. The outdoors is connected with patios, garage doors, and windows, as well as the outdoor pergola and beautifully landscaped grounds. Has your business booked your holiday party? With a stone fireplace and cedar beams, the barn and saloon are ideal for your holiday or end-of-year celebration. Does your business need an escape from the office to spur creative thinking in a unique setting? The barn is the perfect setting for training programs, continuing education, team building, strategy and goal planning, as well as retirement and anniversary celebrations. Visit us online at barnatbayhorse.com or follow us on your favorite social media at barnatbayhorse. We love everything that Center Grove football stands for. Hard work plus dedication equals success. Words we live by here at the barn as well.
Trojan Pride!
Welcome back to the Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. 27-14, IU leads Florida here in the minor division Super Bowl. Kevin Conrad along with Aaron Holt with you today from beautiful Ray Skillman Stadium. Beautiful day for football. And for the Hoosiers, Luke Rader, he's number 5. He attends St. Barnabas School, and he says the best part about football is making big tackles, and says his favorite Trojan of all time, Aaron Holterman, and a favorite NFL player, Marshawn Lynch. And a big highlight for Luke is caught the running back in the backfield, caused him to fumble, and made the recovery. And says here he wants to be a pilot when he grows up. That is Luke Rader, number 5 for IU. For the Gators, Jacob Mueller, number 53. He attends Maple Grove Elementary. Mr. Irwin, his favorite teacher, and he says he loves hitting. His favorite Trojan, Carson Steele and Titus McCoy, and he also likes Todd Gurley II. And he says a big highlight being a part of the Gators and winning the playoff game to go to the Super Bowl. Well said, Jacob Mueller, number 53 for the Gators. And that will conclude our Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show as we are now underway here in the second half. The Gators with the football, and they do run the ball out to the 41-yard line and pick up a 6 yards to begin the second half.
Really good start to the second half. Great job there by the quarterback, Haver, in getting the ball up the field and good positive yardage on first down.
Florida very successful with Kobe running the ball today. Again, he's very physical, very appropriate. He says the Rocket, Max Norris, his favorite Trojan of all time. And right there on cue, we see Kobe Cherry pick up the first down.
His buddy Max is having a fantastic season this year in his junior season for Western Illinois, averaging over 100 yards a game rushing, doing a great job over there in Macomb.
Number 14, Haver, the quarterback, keeps it, gets it to the 45. So Coach Railing has this team playing really well to begin things here in the third quarter. This is an important drive, Aaron. These games go pretty quickly. They're down a couple of scores, so they need to make something happen here on this opening drive.
Yeah, and I think he's found something in running the quarterback. They're focusing a lot on 35, so they're just faking to him, and Haver's taking it around the opposite side, and it's worked well both times they've tried it this half.
To this side of the field, nice stiff arm by Cherry, and he just will not go down. He's got great balance, great strength, and a little bit of Carson Steele as well. Carson Steele, the freshman for the Trojans, he's got great balance.
I'll tell you what, assuming they grow and stay with the game and everything else, but boy, can't you just see these two in the backfield with Cherry being the power runner and Rupert being that skilled back that can go weaving in and out. They both can do the same things, but boy, what a great compliment they would be in the backfield together.
They finally wrestle him down, but he does pick up the first down. For the Hoosiers, Ryan Gagan is number 32. He goes to Center Grove Elementary School, and Jessica Monteith, his favorite teacher, will pick up this play, and the quarterback will keep it. That's Haver, and finally they stop his forward progress after he picks up some good positive yards. And Gagan says here, best part about football, lighting up people. And says A.J. Jen, his favorite current Trojan, his favorite Trojan of the past is Titus McCoy, and he likes Gronk of the Patriots, and Says a big highlight, making sacks in the backfield. And now they'll see Cherry. He's got some daylight.
Got the outside.
To
Rupper's
the 20.
trying to track him down.
15. They have a hard time. It takes at least 4 to 5 guys to get him down. They finally do. And give some credit on that far left side of the field. Some pretty good blocking by the wideout.
Yeah, he did a really good job. You don't see that a lot in this age group. And
John Colas out there getting in the way.
John did a great job of getting himself in between the defender and the runner, and that got him spring forward for a lot more yardage than they would have received.
New set of downs here for the Gators. On a
There's
nice
that wingback counter again.
Drive.
Oh,
wow. Bone-crushing tackle. Reese Oliver with the carry. Hangs on to the football, but who made the big hit?
Rupert.
Wow. Watch this
Watch
again.
this. It's open, and then watch how fast Rupert closes here. Was it Rupert?
Looked like it might have been 99.
Yeah.
Tristan Ling, maybe? Several players in on the stop. Lockwood
cutback on
cuts
Lockwood.
it back
Nice
and scores
job.
the touchdown for the Gators. He's in there.
Been a while since he's been given a carry. He made the most of this one. Watch this cutback here. He's behind Cherry, cuts it back, gets it up into the end zone. Fantastic job by Mr. Lockwood there.
10-yard touchdown run by Brady Lockwood, his first score of the day. Cherry has the other 2 scores for Florida. And high-scoring game. Makes it a very exciting game. And they're going to go for 1.
Yeah, big extra point here.
And Coach Railing calls a timeout. Didn't like the setup, so calls a timeout. They seem to be a little bit confused at the line of scrimmage. Wyatt Hodson, number 65 for the Gators, attends Pleasant Grove. Mrs. Reese, his favorite teacher. Says he loves tackling and winning. Says his favorite Trojan, past player, his stepdad, Tommy Reed. Odell Beckham Jr., his favorite player at the NFL ranks. And he says a big highlight, 6 tackles in 1 game. His favorite TV show, Friday Night Tykes. Favorite person, he says, my mom. This is my first year playing, and I fell in love with the game. Wyatt Hodson for the Gators, number 65. Gators going for 1.
Got the pitch, keep on
Cherry.
Oh, he stays on his feet.
Just bouncing off tacklers, and they cannot bring him down. Boy, he got hit hard, and he just did not go down. So he gets the 1 point, makes it what, 27-21.
Yeah, I thought he was going to keep it going outside. He cuts it up. Rupert bounced off of him that time, and just shows what happens when you keep your legs driving. Just good things happen. It always seems to appear to go that route, and it did that time for Colby. 27-21. Just when you think the Hoosiers are pulling away, right back comes the Gators, and we got ourselves a really, really good ball game with half the quarter left in the third game, Kevin.
Jeremiah Brown, number 53 for the Hoosiers, attends Sugar Grove. Mrs. Hummer, his favorite teacher. He says, I like tackling. He says his favorite Trojan is number 1. That's Jackson Moore, right? Number 1.
Yep, we've heard him a lot today.
Likes Russell Wilson and
fumble.
Fumbles.
That might be what they needed. I think Florida has the football here.
They're saying second down, so it's going to be IU football. Russell Wilson, the favorite NFL player here for Brown, and also Jeremiah says winning the Super Bowl in 2nd grade with the Raiders. I think it's Perry Township Football League, and big highlight for him, and he might win another Super Bowl today here in the Center Grove Bantam Football League for the Hoosiers. His team in front, 27-21, but we got plenty to play. The Hoosiers did recover, brings up 2nd down and 7. Alec Heichelbeck, very successful getting outside, but this time he is sandwiched by number 99, Riley Scott, and number 5, Reese Oliver.
Yeah, they did a good job flowing on the backside there, and they were ready for the cutback. Watch them. They kept coming, never gave up on the play, and we're sitting there waiting for him to cut back. That's exactly the way you want it to be done, and just great execution that time for Florida's defense.
Florida very impressive here in the second half with the offense, and likewise with the defense. He squirts through there, first down. Rupert may go the distance, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Gunnar Rupert hits the home run again.
Hard to stop speed, and that's exactly what he showed on that particular play. And Florida was there, just couldn't quite make the play on Rupert. And that's his fourth touchdown for the game. What a talent.
Four touchdowns for Gunnar Rupert. Makes it 33-21. IU in front. 3:32 to play in the third. Going for one. Man in motion. They go up the middle, and did he fall in? They're going to say he did not cross the plane. So 33-21 Hoosiers. Brighton Gallagher, number 94 for Florida, attends North Grove Elementary. Allison Height, his favorite teacher, says best part about football, having fun and being fast and physical. Coach Ward liked that answer, fast and physical. Likes Titus McCoy of the Hoosiers, T.Y. Hilton of the Colts, and says here, big highlight, a forced a fumble that turned into 6 points.
Well, 3:32 left here in the third quarter. Again, Florida needs a big offensive burst here to keep them close, and then see what happens in the fourth.
Spencer Coombe, number 4 for IU, goes to Sugar Grove, likes Mrs. Jarensinski.
Oh, he's got a little bit of space here. Can he get around?
Back. And out of nowhere, number 11, Gunnar Rupert takes down number 20, Brady Lockwood, and he's slow to get up.
That really was a touchdown-saving tackle because he had nothing but green space here if he just gets around Gunnar right there. And really good closing speed there by number 11 for the Hoosiers.
He seems to be okay. Finishing up with Spencer Coombe. Says he loves tackling, likes Titus McCoy. Here's a player you haven't heard about in a long time. He likes Dan Marino.
Hey.
Going back a few years.
Surprised people know. His parents, they must be big Dolphin fans. It has to be the case, right?
Big highlight for Spencer, says my fumble recovery.
Johnny Reese has his defense playing really well today. 2nd and long. They get a stop here. It really puts things in good perspective for them because they just have not been stopped on offense all day.
Second down and 7. Gators. They try to wrap up 14. Haver, and he spins out of the tackle. Finally taken down. It appeared maybe Gagan finally got him down. Going to be 3rd and 1. Great job by the quarterback, Haver, to let his man get off the field.
Fumble. Oh, he's got it.
He got it back, and they throw him to the turf behind the line of scrimmage. He loses yardage. 32 in on the stop. Gagan again. Also, I believe, might have been Heichelback also in there as well.
Broken play. He had some space there on the outside. 32 came in and really did a good job of Gagan keeping that play from.
Actually, it was also, Spencer Coombe was in there as well. We saw number 4. So 4th and a couple for the Gators. Double handoff. Number 5, Oliver, tackled in the backfield at the 40. Turnover on downs. The IU defense not fooled.
No, they were waiting for it. And
32.
Again,
Gagan blew it up.
Getting up the field. That's the second time he's been able to do that today on that very play. And huge play for the Hoosiers as they stop Florida there. And it's going to be hard for the Gators to overcome. They have not stopped Indiana today. And they're moving really well on the offensive side. They have to make a stop here.
Here comes Gunnar Rupert, flag thrown. For the Gators, Riley Scott, number 99. He attends Center Grove Elementary School. He says he loves blocking. Jackson Moore's favorite Trojan, favorite NFL player, Odell Beckham Jr. Big highlight, fumble against Iowa. I wonder if he meant a fumble recovery. And he says, I like food. Hey, he's my kind of man. My kind of guy, Riley Scott, number 99 for the Gators. For IU, number 14, Nakai Mariner. He goes to Center Grove Elementary. Mrs. Hardy, his favorite teacher. He says he loves tackling and running. Logan Strong, number 43, his favorite Trojan. Peyton Manning, his favorite NFL player of all time. Loves the 929 ice, my first touchdown of the year. And another nice run by Gunner. Sidestepping some tacklers and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And it says here for Nakai that he said, I started playing football when I was 3 years old, and this has been my very best and favorite ever. Well done, Nakai Mariner. Second down and 9 for the Hoosiers. Might be our last play of the third quarter, final 20 seconds. And Coach Reese will let the clock run out. So the Hoosiers will take a 33-21 lead into the fourth quarter here in this third and fourth grade Super Bowl championship. For IU, number 99, Tristan Ling goes to Douglas MacArthur, I do believe it is, elementary. Mrs. Warble, his favorite teacher, says he loves tackling and making big hits. He likes Carson Steele, the Trojans. Victor Cruz, his favorite NFL player, and he says big highlight. I think it says stripping and winning. I guess he had a strip for a win and basically says, don't mess with me. That's the additional information with Tristan Ling. I think he's a linebacker and sounds like a tough young man. Also, we have, let's see what else we have here on these player profiles.
Don't mess with me. I love it.
Yeah. For IU, Nolan Reese, number 12, quarterback. He goes to Center Grove Elementary. Mrs. Smith, his favorite teacher, says he loves running the ball. His favorite Trojan of all time, Jackson Holt.
Wow.
This is Nolan Reese.
That's awesome.
Antonio Brown, his favorite NFL player, and a big highlight, winning the Super Bowl, and he says we play to win.
Cash money. That's what Nolan's known as. Cash money. He's going to probably ask me for cash since he put Jackson's down.
First play of the fourth quarter, second down and long. Rupert, they've had difficulty chasing him and tackling him today, and he gets it to the 35. Boy, he just makes him miss, doesn't he?
He really does, and we were just talking about Nolan. Nolan does a really good job under center there. He's running this offense with great confidence, and certainly helps when you can give it to Rupert. But I mean, he we haven't had a bad snap. He's getting the ball where it needs to be. He's doing a really, really fine job. And on that last run, Rupert, he's just so elusive. He really, really is great. Has great footwork.
3rd and 5 for the Hoosiers at the Gator 35. 7:15 to go in the ball game. In front, 33-21, and Rupert will get the first down at the 30-yard line. A good spot gets him a first down. For the Hoosiers, Jordan Wood, number 65. He goes to Webb Elementary. Mr. Hartman, his favorite teacher. Best thing about football, physical contact. Favorite Trojan of all time, Justin Wood, number 67, graduated back in 2008, part of that state championship team. Odell Beckham Jr., his favorite player, and highlight making it to the Super Bowl. And he says, Coach Reese, Newman, Rupert Smith taught me a lot. Thank you, coaches. First down, Hoosiers. Look like a quarterback keeper to the 26-yard line, 4 yards. And Aaron, if you would, why don't you mention off the cheerleaders? We have some great cheerleaders for both teams today.
They're both working hard on each sideline today. We'll start with the Indiana Hoosiers. You got, I'm assuming their sisters, Cammie and Carly West, Kendall Smith, Chloe Harmon, Kaylee Reardon, Emily Moody, Adeline Dinnick, I'm going to go ahead and say, and it looks like her sister, Anika Dinnick. Again, a lot of spirit there on the sidelines for the Hoosiers, and all year I would only imagine, and they're doing a great job.
Rupert inside the 20, 15, 10, looking for the end zone. His 5th score of the day. Gunnar Rupert scores for the Hoosiers.
Just a great sweep. Blocking was fantastic, and you give that number 11 good blocking. He's going to do a lot of things with the football as he has all day long, and just a joy to watch. And that's a big score there. That really puts the Gators back against the wall.
5 touchdowns for Rupert. That's got to be nearing a Super Bowl record in the Center Grove Bantam Football League. 5. That would be hard to top.
Yep.
The quarterback keeps it, cuts inside, and he's in there. He does cross the plane.
Nolan did a good job cutting that ball up there at the very end. He could have tried to, and most people would have tried to continue to go outside and watch right here. He looks like he has it, and boom, cuts right up in there, gets it up into it, takes a big hit, gets the ball across the goal line. Huge extra point, and it puts Indiana in a really good situation.
40-21, 5:54 to play in this one. Florida got off to a great start, opening drive, scored. Defense was looking solid, and then all of a sudden the big play. IU's had several big plays here in the second half to really blow this one wide open. Coach Reese, 8 years in the league, his 5th Super Bowl appearance. He's 1-3 in Super Bowls, trying to pick up his 2nd Super Bowl today, and very impressive run by Kobe Cherry. He's been so impressive all day long. He runs for 10 yards, first down.
Yeah, and he does a good job at a young age of using that stiff arm. Watch the stiff arm right here. That's just does it again on the second defender. Being able to do that at a young age is a really good trait and gets him a lot of additional yardage.
Riley Scott, number 99, and also number 11, Kieran O'Keefe with the tackle. First down, Gators from their own 45. Quarterback fakes the handoff, and he's going to be tackled here on the edge. Great job by number 5 making the tackle. That's Luke Rader with the tackle.
Go ahead and get the Florida cheerleaders. Again, they're doing a great job today. Though they're not on the right side of the scoreboard, they're still cheering. We got Callie Geiserbach. As we watch this play real quick by Kobe Cherry. Oh, fumble on the play. I think Indiana's recovered it. They sure have. Going back to the cheerleaders, Callie Geiserbach, Ada Haver, Emily Halls, Emily Fentz, Enid Dine, Audrey Culp, Layla Rhodes, I'm going to say, and Elsie Boya. And they worked hard today. Another great experience for both sides, where your cheerleaders get out there in a really big crowd on a big stage, and appreciate everything that they've done this year on both sides. Great job, girls.
Aaron, taking a peek at your phone, the Indiana Hoosiers playing at Penn State today. We've had 2 IU teams playing here at Ray Skillman Stadium today in the rookie game and the minor division. Now they're going to try a pass. He's wide open off the fingertips. Number 14 couldn't quite pull it in. That is Nakai Mariner. He pulls it in, Aaron. I think he's got 6.
Yeah, that would have been his second one of the day. I mean, I'll tell you what, when you watch this play,
that's
Rupert
Gunner.
has just a fantastic arm.
He's got a gun of an arm, doesn't he?
It reminds me, earlier today, the freshmen were playing against Pike, and Center Grove, I don't know if it was called or if Dane Young, who's been out here and we've seen play over the Bantam years for many years, he was the punter, and he took a ball and just threw a dart right to a Soderdahl and nearly scored today in the freshman game, and that's what these 2 halfback passes have reminded me of. Great throw by Gunner each time, and unfortunately just couldn't come up with the catch, but both times they certainly would have been touchdowns.
Second down and 10, back to the ground game.
He's going to get number 6.
Gunner's going to go for touchdown number 6. This one will go for 41 yards. Gunnar Rupert, 41-yard touchdown, his 6th of the day.
Pretty impressive. Good blocking up front. He doesn't need a lot. And
give him a little, he'll take a lot.
Yeah, no question.
46-21. IU commanding the lead, 4:15 to play in the 4th. Fumbled snap. He picks up the ball, and Reese hit just short of the goal line. So 46-21 all IU. But, yeah, we're watching IU play Penn State, and Aaron, it looks like, did I see 21-zip?
Yeah,
Penn
21-0, and I don't know how they got the first 2 points. It just happened to pull it up. We fumbled, Indiana fumbled a punt, and it was picked up and ran back for a touchdown. So they've dug themselves a hole. It's going to be hard to get back out of with the offense that Penn State has.
For this Florida team, Josh Cherry, the head coach, coming into today's game, 8 straight wins. They've been playing some great football. He says here, big performance this year would go to our entire team. Offensively, leading the league in most points scored, 317 points. Defensively, giving up the least amount of points, just 77. And he says it's very balanced with the offense and defense this year. He does have 8 Pro Bowl players between the 3rd and 4th grade classes, and just a great group of boys, and played with a lot of energy. He said he really took practice seriously, played hard on every play, and just a lot of fun to coach. That is Coach Cherry about his Florida team. Well said, Coach. And tough day today for his squad, but, man, ran into a juggernaut in this Coach Reese IU team.
Yeah, and I think I said this in the rookie game. I've been there. I was able to coach in a variety of Super Bowls, and I've been on the side that Coach Cherry is right now, and it doesn't take anything away from his season and all the things that his kids have accomplished. You certainly don't want to end this way, but they'll look back on it and know that it was a great experience. And today, Indiana was just by and far, without question, the better team.
Florida playing hard, though, to the end. Haver hands it off to the wing back. Lockwood went left, now reverses field back to the right. Spin move and runs a lot, picks up a couple of yards. Big special thanks to our sponsors today. Barn at Bayhorse Inn. Of course, Ray Skillman. Can't say thank you enough to Mr. Skillman. Aldi. They do so much in this Center Grove, Greenwood community. And Tiffany McClurg, realtor of Century 21 Sheets, a big supporter of Bantam football and also Center Grove High School football. So thank you, sponsors, for making this all possible today here on Championship Saturday at Ray Skillman Stadium.
The sponsors make all this possible, and if it wasn't for their generous support, it would be it just wouldn't happen. And they do so much in the community. It's not just here on this day, it's throughout the entire year in all sports and all other activities, and it's greatly appreciated. Aldi being the main sponsor for the Super Bowls today, stepped up once again. And I tell you, if you haven't gone out there to their stores, great prices, all kinds of different types of products, and they really benefit our high school football team, that's for sure.
Wyatt Hodson, the injured player, walks to the sideline for Florida. He appeared to be okay. Cherry plows to the 44-yard line, maybe a half yard short of the first down. Not sure if they ever did get him down, but they did get his forward progress stopped. 4th and 1 for the Gators. Haber tosses back to Cherry, runs hard to the edge, and picks up the first down. 2 players drag him down, 32 and 20. They finally get him to the turf. That is Gagan. He's been everywhere today, and
he's had a really good game.
Burkert also in on the stop. First down, Florida. Lockwood gets a yard. IU still flying to the ball. They're not scoreboard watching. They're up 46-21, but they're still coming after this Gator team. They still want some Gator meat, don't they?
They sure do.
Number 5, nice tackle. Luke Rader. Final 2 minutes of the ball game. I want to thank all of our viewers online, CenterGroveFootball.com, for tuning in. Also on Facebook Live, CG Sports Network, reaching a lot of fans today. I know a lot of family members who live far away who can't make it to the game or tuning in today. It's always cool to see that, Aaron. That's why we do this. Allows those family members to get a chance to watch a grandson or a nephew or a cousin play here on Championship Saturday.
A lot of grandparents want to watch their loved ones play. Sometimes it's nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, and thankfully we're able to bring this to them. Not only on Super Bowls but Friday nights of the high school game. It's a really neat factor that we bring to the table, and not very many people can. And again, it goes to the thanks of our sponsors for allowing us the opportunity to put such a neat thing on each year during football season. It's just fantastic. And I think last year in the high school game, every state was represented in viewership, which is just quite remarkable.
Fourth down, double handoff. That second handoff not quite clean enough. It was fumbled momentarily. Number 5, Reese Oliver, does recover, but he is tackled, and it will be a turnover on downs.
I want to throw out a couple other thank yous. You got Jason Mueller, who does our voice for PA for the high school games. He's been here all year. He's going to do every game today, doing a lot of work that really he doesn't have to do, and he does such a great job. Also want to throw out a quick thank you out to Jeff Watson for over 30 years of service to the Center Grove Bantam Football League in all kinds of capacities. Junior Trojan coach, president of the league, building just different things out there on that facility that opened up back in 1998, and then the last many years he's been in charge of all officiating, and this is his last go of being in charge, and it's just a great big thanks to he and his wife and his entire family for all the things that he's done, and we can't thank him enough.
And that's it. The Hoosiers win the minor division Super Bowl 46-21 over the Florida Gators. Well done, Coach Reese and his staff and his players. Perfect 13-0 on the season, beating this Florida team twice. And congratulations to Coach Josh Cherry. They will conclude the season at 11-2. Their 2 losses right here against this very impressive IU team. So both teams well done today. Aaron, we saw a great contest. 2 teams that battled to the very end.
Well, when you look at it, you're thinking of 3rd and 4th graders and what they put up, 55 points or something, or 65 points, something crazy. It's just that's a lot of points. That's a lot of scoring, and it wasn't that the defense was bad. A lot of good defensive plays, and so many times we were talking about how they did a good job stretching plays out, filling holes and whatnot. So just a fantastic way to end the year. Feel bad for the Florida Gators, but again, they ran the table other than 2 games, and it happened to be the same team, and probably didn't play the best that they were able to play, but you got to give a lot of that credit to Indiana. They were ready to go from the very get-go, and that opening play, they never looked back, and all the credit goes to the Hoosiers, and congratulations to Johnny Reese. I know he wanted to win this one pretty badly, and happy for him.
Yes, his 2nd Super Bowl, and how about Gunner today? 6 touchdowns here on Championship Saturday. Very impressive day for him.
Fantastic. If it's not a record, it's certainly tied one, and I feel like we're going to be hearing a lot from that young man's way into the future. I certainly hope so. Certainly hope to see him in a red and white Trojan uniform, along with a lot of these players today. It's just, having kids go through this over the last 13 or so years and all the way through the high school, it's just neat to see them grow and progress and become stronger and faster and better, and ultimately represent one of the top high school programs in not only the state of Indiana but the Midwest, entire country.
So the Indiana Hoosiers win the 2017 Center Grove Bantam Football League Minor Super Bowl over the Florida Gators 46-21. This is Center Grove Bantam Football League Super Bowl Saturday, proudly presented by Aldi.
Where are you? Ooh, I like these yogurt bites. And I like these yogurt bites. Ooh. Apparently I like them more than I like my phone. Oh, hello? I missed it. It's my mother-in-law. I'll call her back. Don't tell her I told you that.
You'll like them both, but love our price. Award-winning Little Journey yogurt bites from Aldi. Simply smarter shopping.
Welcome to the conclusion of the game between Florida and IU. Josh, I want to go with you first. I know you didn't end the way you wanted it today, but if you could say a little something about how you thought the game went and how the team went.
We really pride ourselves on having a solid defense all year, so it was a little disappointing the way we came out and we weren't able to make the tackles when we needed to. But hats off to IU and their coaching staff, and they've got a group of talented boys, and they just were the better team today for sure.
Sounds good. Well, first I want to introduce the cheerleaders from Florida. Cheerleading coach, if you could come out here and introduce your cheerleaders, I'll help pass out the trophies.
First we have Callie Geyersbach. Next we have Audrey Culp, Elise Bowie, Emily Haas, Emma Dine, Ada Haver, Emily Fence, and Lila Rhodes.
And now, Josh, if you could introduce your players for me, and I'll hand out the trophies.
Sounds good. Good season. Kieran O'Keefe. Brighton Gallagher. Nice job, Brighton. Kobe Cherry. Good job, bud. Jacob Mueller. Nice job, Jacob. Nice job, bud. Brady Lockwood. Reese Oliver. Zach Mueller. John Colas. Andrew Fuentes. Emerson Haver. Jackson Wheat. Wyatt Hodson. And Riley Scott.
There you go. Come over here, guys.
Go back over here.
And now for your minor winning IU Hoosiers, Johnny, if you could say, I know this is a big win for you guys, a little bit wider spread than the first time you guys played, but I think you guys had some big breaks. You could talk a little bit about the game first, if you could.
Yeah, we were extremely nervous, obviously, with our regular season game being a one-score game. Last second win for us. Like Coach said, we pride ourselves too on defense. We're a pretty physical team today. Honestly, I didn't foresee the game ending up like this. It could go either way on any given day. We just happened to show up today, and our kids played hard. So great coaching staff, great group of kids. They've got nothing to hold their head on.
Appreciate it, Johnny. If I could get the cheerleading coach for IU, that'd be great. If you could introduce your players, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. This is Kaylee, Annika,
Kendall, Cammie, Addie, Carly, Chloe, and Emily. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Appreciate it. Now, Johnny, if you could introduce your players for me, I'll hand out the trophies.
Number 65, Jordan Wood. Number 32, Ryan Gagan. Number 1, Alec Heichelbeck. Number 12, Nolan Reese. Number 97, Dominic Walden. Number 5, Luke Rader. Close. Number 11, Gunnar Rupert. Number 14, Kai Mariner. Number 53, Jeremiah Brown. Number 20, Gavin Burkert. Number 35, Colin Mann. Number 77, Dominic Walden. And number 99, Tristan Ling. Number 94, Ashton Brosmer. Hold on. Number 4, Spencer Kumbe.
Appreciate it, Johnny. Congratulations on the big win.
Appreciate it, Ken.
We love being part of this community.
And for Bay Horse Inn to be a blue ring sponsor for Center Grove football. The barn at Bay Horse Inn is conveniently located off of Stones Crossing Road just east of 135. Nestled in the woods, you'll find the perfect setting for a memorable event. Do you know someone getting married? Our modern yet rustic barn is full of character. Inside, you'll find 9 crystal chandeliers, a bride's room, groom's room, a saloon, and seating for 350. The outdoors is connected with patios, garage doors, and windows, as well as the outdoor pergola and beautifully landscaped grounds. Has your business booked your holiday party? With a stone fireplace and cedar beams, the barn and saloon are ideal for your holiday or end-of-year celebration. Does your business need an escape from the office to spur creative thinking in a unique setting? The barn is the perfect setting for training programs, continuing education, team building, strategy and goal planning, as well as retirement and anniversary celebrations. Visit us online at barnatbayhorse.com or follow us on your favorite social media at barnatbayhorse. We love everything that Center Grove football stands for. Hard work plus dedication equals success. Words we live by here at the barn as well.
Trojan Pride!
Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flatbed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock. For custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
Welcome back to Ray Skillman Stadium. One last time, again, it's been another outstanding season at the Center Grove Bantam Football League. Congratulations to all the players, cheerleaders, coaches, and parents for making this a special season. A big thank you to the Center Grove Bantam board members for their countless hours of dedication to Center Grove youth football. Special thanks to Center Grove High School varsity head football coach Eric Moore for his guidance and contributions to the Center Grove Bantam Football League. Today's game was produced by Center Grove Gridiron Productions, New 5 Creative, and Center Grove Sports Network. The executive director is Aaron Holt, executive producer Matt Murray, camera operators Austin Tyke and Kyle Johnson. Today's football broadcast was made possible by All Day Simply Smarter Shopping, by Ray Skillman Auto Group, Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap, Barn at Bay Horse Inn, and by Tiffany McClurg, Realtor of Century 21 Sheets. Once again, congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers for winning the 2017 Center Grove Bantam Football League Minor Super Bowl, beating the Florida Gators 46-21. For Aaron Holt, this is Kevin Conrad saying so long, everyone, from Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School.